Down.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Grand River Avenue.
$539.97. Do you have your Tiger overreaction?
Yes.
In 1.8 miles, keep left to merge onto M5 West toward Lansing.
Well, it's from somebody who's a hell of a lot, I respect a hell of a lot more than me.
Jansen sucks. All right.
No, not him.
At the light, turn right onto Inkster Road. Then turn right onto West 8 Mile Road.
What? That's Wednesday.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's only on for special occasions.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not
Grade whether this.
here it goes.
Not him.
Okay.
Not him.
And now you got my. You have Tiger overreaction.
Tiger overreacted. 3 games. They play the Mets today. They won. They're 3-0. Everybody knows 3 1-1 games. 2 games where their offense was what we expected them.
Oh,
Take a sharp right turn onto West 8 Mile Road.
it's just a bad spot that we're in.
Which was not very good, but they
This
still
one.
won. And on Saturday, they scored a lot of runs.
So I have to grade whether this is an overreaction or not.
Yes, pretty much. This
Turn right onto Holyoke Street. Then turn right onto Byron Street.
All right, that's it. I'm switch.
At the stop sign, use the left lane to make a U-turn.
Did you put in,
Use the left
Well-
lane to make a U-turn.
Yes, I did.
and what's it saying to go?
Keep left to merge onto M5 West.
Is that the
toward
fastest route?
Yes.
Okay, where's it saying to go?
M5 West.
Okay. There we go.
That's what it's saying.
Okay. I was a little confused.
Stop sign, use the left lane to make a U-turn.
Why is it telling me to U-turn?
Not sure.
notch, borderline elite.
Yeah, it's a possible spot.
Starting pitching
Something's left on.
Turn.
of
I
Kenta
give up.
Maeda is top-notch,
Well,
borderline elite.
M5 is,
Slight
Back up.
overreaction when
Yeah, it could be possible.
it wouldn't make a
Then use the
difference.
left lane to make a
It,
U-turn.
It would still be.
Yeah,
but I think their pitching is
yeah.
very good.
Mm-hmm.
And
Still be
here's
possible.
what Maeda every April looks like Tanana the late years. Let's just I think
Stop sign, use the left
I
lane
give
to make
up.
a U-turn at Woodard Avenue.
up the engine.
Right.
But Maeda's good. I
Use
think
the
he's
left 2
solid.
lanes to
Right.
keep left.
Jack Flaherty looked like Ryan.
In 4.7 miles, keep right onto M5 West. Take the exit onto Grand River Avenue for 10 Mile Road.
Something's got to be. Something's got to be. Alright. Back on schedule.
Starting
Something. Something.
starting
Here it
route to
goes.
home. In about 3.5 miles, keep right onto
We've
M5
been
West.
struggling.
Yeah, we got it going. Good job. Right?
The starting pitching, with the exception of Kenta Maeda, is top-notch, borderline elite.
Yep, I got it.
Slight overreaction when you invoke the term elite.
Yes.
But I think their pitching is very good. And here's what I'll tell you. Maeda, every April, looks like Tanana the late years. I think you'll like him. Give him a few to warm up the engine.
Right.
But Maeda's going to, I think, be a solid arm.
Right. Jack Flaherty looked like Ryan Zimmerman and
He did it again.
Jordan Zimmerman. You know what? It's like when I called Denzel Valentine Darnell Valentine all the time.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, maybe we got Darnell
In 2
the day they
miles,
lost to
keep
the
right
Tennessee
onto
State.
F5
There sure was.
west.
Darnell Valentine was a good college player. Anyway, I digress.
About Carlton Valentine. All right, go.
That's his father, who chose between American and Michigan State. And chose
Please, just go ahead. What about Jack Flaherty?
Jack Flaherty looked great. So he reminded me of Jordan Zimmerman and Green at the beginning of their Tigers starting careers. Hopefully that would continue, but who knows?
I
He
think
looked
that's
great.
an overreaction based on he hasn't been good since 2019.
All right.
And the health is always good.
The bullpen between Foley and Shelby Miller and Holton and Chafin, he'd give up that one home run. Now, with the exception of Alex Lang, who looked more like Artie Lang, the bullpen was incredible.
Not an over.
Yeah.
I think their pitching and bullpen are what are going to keep them in it because the offense is vomiting.
Okay, so let's get to the offense.
Okay.
All right. Overreaction. Torque needs to get his act together, or he's going to have a start like he had last year.
Overreaction, stand down.
Okay.
It's 3 games.
Well, that's what we're saying. It's because of
This is I still believe Torque will hit 30 home runs.
All right. Colt Keith looked overmatched by Major League pitching.
A complete overreaction and slanderous.
Mark Hanna
Use
looks
the
like a
second
good
lane
sign.
from right to keep right
Complete
onto F5 west.
overreaction. Once we got to the offense, he lost his mind.
Well, I wasn't all positive.
Jesus. 3 games,
Keep
you're ready
right.
to talk
Then
about
keep
Mark
left to
Hanna
merge
being
onto
just fine.
F5.
Fine, and not great.
Use the left lane to keep left to merge onto F5.
Parker Meadows could be the fastest white tiger since Gibby.
How about he could be the fastest guy in baseball?
Yeah, that's
Like, no, he's fast. Like, he's... here's what I like about him. There's a profile to the players they're attempting to acquire, where I think the athleticism is there. Colton Keith, Riley Green, they tried it with the Akil Baddoo thing. Parker Meadows. There's
About 5.5 miles.
like you have
Keep
to be
right
an
onto
athlete to go
North
from playing
Trail.
second to learning third with Chase Young. Like, I think in that sense, I like what some of their plan is. They want to be an athletic team. They want guys that are versatile. And yes, you can laugh and say, well, baseball, you just stand there. No, to learn different positions,
Right.
you need different range factors. You got to be an athlete.
And the, as you call it, the Frankenstein third base has been okay.
Complete
I mean, Urshela's got 2 hits. Banyan's got 2 hits, including the game-winning up today.
Well, that's it. That settles it. Third base is locked up.
No, it's overreaction.
Listen,
Exactly.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter in the short term how you win it, right? Just win.
Yes.
The White Sox, if it's not for the Oakland A's, I think the White Sox are worse than them.
And come to Comerica Park and see the Athletics.
Fine, because the job in this first 11 games is to get out to a nice start.
Yes.
Be 9-2, be 8-3.
Yeah.
You're playing White Sox who are garbage, the Mets who are garbage. I just lost my train of thought.
The Athletics.
The Athletics
And then the
who are
Pirates.
garbage. Now the Pirates are up to a 4-0 start.
The Pirates always get off to a good start.
And I'm not
this
ready to
season.
go crazy
No,
there.
I know.
But my point is, let's get out. You haven't been above 500 after the month of April since 2016.
Yes. All right.
Just start there.
2 more overreactions.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe.
Stay away from the offense with the offense.
Jason Benetti was unbelievable, and I want to listen or watch every game when I don't have Dan Dickerson on.
I think he is the biggest offseason acquisition they made, which is both a blessing and a curse.
Yes, they spend more on the scoreboard than they did on their offense. Also, the home run celebration could be the worst thing I've ever seen.
Explain to the people who didn't dedicate their weekend watch.
Okay, last year, their home run celebration that every team does in the dugout was basically it was a Red Wing thing. They went and they had a hockey stick there. Guy who hit the home run put the helmet on. They took a shot on goal and whatever. That wasn't good enough for this year. They tried to change something new. Try something new. It was Spencer Torkelson's idea, I found out, to do a home run celebration when you put a spear and put 2 or 3 pizzas on it. Not real pizzas, but, fake pizzas on it. And his explanation was, well, our owner owns Little Caesars, and it's really good pizza. So, and there are 2 years of celebrations. One is dedicated to the Red Wings. The next is dedicated to Little Caesars. What's next? Motor City Casino next year? And in 2 years, the abandoned buildings of 313 District of Detroit? We got an abandoned building to celebrate, to do high fives with?
David, take over.
I'm putting the third base outside. That's enough.
Talk about selling out to your ownership.
It's the district celebration where everyone goes silent because there's no one there. It's like when they freeze out a guy when he hits a home run, he comes back to the dugout, nobody talks to him.
We'll have a little train there. It'll be the fake cue line.
Yep, time to turn his mic off. All right, listen up. Football's done. Baseball. Masters. The end of March Madness. Hungry Howie's has you covered. The mix and match. Any 2 items starting at $6.99. That's any 2 items from the Howie bread, the flatbread, salads, oven-baked subs, or yes, their original medium 1-topping pizzas. $6.99. You get dinner on the table in 20 minutes. So mix and match whatever you like on the menu at $6.99. Possibilities are endless. Comes the flavor. Hungry Howie's has you covered. 8 different flavored crusts to choose from. It's Hungry Howie's. Don't settle for less than the best. Order off the mix and match menu today.
In 2 miles, decide on North Cadillac Trail.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha!
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on your skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. Available at Sam's Club.
At Hungry Howie's, we know what you like. Toys. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Enter Hungry Howie's Mix and Match menu. Choose any 2 items for just $6.99 each. So go ahead. Choose a medium 1-topping pizza and a regular salad, or a Howie sub and a Pepsi 4-pack. Or maybe you want to try our 2-topping flatbread pizza and our brand new Howie Brookie. I know I do. Or even a Howie bread and a Howie cookie. There are no rules. Except the rule that you pick 2 for $6.99 each. Choice is good.
Hungry
Howie's!
This is Matt Spiegel, and we are off and running with Season 2 of the PBP, Voices of Baseball. The very best play-by-play voices in the game talk about their craft. Hear guests like Joe Davis explain the thought process during baseball's biggest games.
You gotta widen the lens. What does this home run mean?
Incredible broadcasters sharing great stories from your favorite teams with new episodes weekly. Find us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find podcasts.
No one's more locked into the NFL than First and Pod. This feeling, and it was referenced on the broadcast, it is Michael Jordan. Being down double digits again and not panicking, seeing him run onto the field, and it not even being a question, he's calm. Maybe they won't get it done or whatever, but he's not shook by the moment. It's not even a question.
Subscribe to First and Pod on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Now you can order 97 The Ticket merchandise. Go to shoptheticket.com. That's shoptheticket.com.
97 The Ticket. At the next light, take a slight left turn.
All right. Let's get a little March Madness Blitz as we wind it down. A lot to discuss, including I cannot stand Zach Edey. David?
You want to kill Christ? You kill Christ. I see nothing wrong with it. Okay.
Rico, not the day after Easter, really. David, go ahead.
Let's start with Zach here, because there was an interesting dynamic that happened in yesterday's Elite 8 game where Edey, of course, he leads the nation in both free throw attempts and makes. And he wasn't called for a single foul in the first half yesterday.
First 31 minutes of the game.
Take a slight left
Ridiculous
turn.
last night. Are you in love with Zach Edey, or is he you loathed by him?
I loathe him. I hate him. I want him launched out of a space cannon. Listen, I'm sure he's a lovely young man, but he's 7'5". He's taller and bigger than anybody else, and the officials baby him. He gets called, and if you touch him on the offensive end, he's at the line. He shot 22 free throws yesterday, and he's allowed to swing his elbows with impunity on the defensive end.
He's very difficult to officiate. We remember we used to say that about Shaquille O'Neal years ago. Look, he's a great college player. He's got nothing in the NBA.
He's
Nothing.
Boban Marjanovic.
Yeah.
I can't. Look, Stoney, here's the bottom line. Saying it's difficult to officiate, I mean, what kind of cop-out is that? Like, officials figure it out, guys?
Yes.
You can't send a guy to the line 22 times.
Right, he's going to get hacked. I get that. But there were some ticky-tack fouls that's what
I can't
Tennessee
tolerate.
got called for, and then he had some ticky-tack,
as 8 feet tall,
well.
300 pounds,
Yes.
you breathe on him, and they're sending him to the line.
But if he does what he did yesterday, the next two games, me and the guy I'm partnered with in a fantasy draft pool will win a lot of money.
Okay, that is irrelevant to the blitz. Please.
That is irrelevant to the blitz, but what is not irrelevant to the blitz is let's talk about the transfer portal. 46.2% of starters in the Sweet 16 teams, they had transferred at least once. So only Duke had a starting five with no transfers, but NC State, who's made the Final Four, all 5 of their starters came from the portal. This is getting ridiculous, guys.
Well, even more ridiculous since the portal opened 2 weeks ago. 1,100 Division I players have hit the portal. So I have no problem. You want to transfer once.
Yes.
The coach is a jerk. You miss home. You didn't get the PT you were promised. But at what point do these young men, because they're not kids, at what point do they have to live with a level of accountability? It's absolutely ridiculous to watch these games and see dudes playing for 3-4 schools.
Transfer if you want for the second or third time, but you got to sit out of here. I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. Make them sign contracts, and if they break the contract, they got to sit out.
It is hurting my ability to love the game because there's no
continuity.
There's no loyalty to anything. You know, if you want to make a transfer and take a payment, do it. But I'm with Stoney. There should be a contract.
Right.
Oh, you made a bad decision? Well, here's a preview of life. You got to live with it.
And this is not about whether you want to pay kids or not. They should get all the money they can.
Happy to pay them.
But maybe they need to make it as part of
At
the
the next
CBA.
light, turn left.
So I mentioned Duke there. They had no transfers in their starting five. I want to have a quick conversation with them. Can they continue to be this way? I get John Shire went 2 rounds further than he did in year 1.
Go look at their recruiting class next year.
Yeah, I know.
It's arguably the best recruiting class I've seen in 15 years. They're bringing in like 5 5-star kids, David, including one who reclassified, and then Cooper Flagg, the kid Stoney's bringing up. People are talking about him as the #1 pick in the NBA draft a year in advance.
Yes.
David, if you're going to recruit at that level,
they'll be just fine.
You can be. But here's where I think you get into trouble.
At the next
You
light,
do
turn
need
right.
a veteran presence. I don't think you can win with just kids.
No.
So if Duke has a blend of second and third year guys to go with this new Fab Five they're bringing in, yes. But as Kentucky has shown you, we're a long way from John Wall and Boogie Cousins and super freshmen.
Yeah, look, Duke had their veteran leader in Roach, but he's gone after this year, right? He's only been there 6 years, right?
That's the other thing. These COVID kids got to go.
Well, it's done, yes.
Year 9.
Did you see Tucker DeVries got another year? His dad took the head coaching job at West Virginia, so now he's going to go get a freebie over there. Can we stop? We got a bunch of Al Bundys running around college basketball.
His dad's brother's former Lion, Jared DeVries.
Just tremendous. Thank you for that.
That's what I'm here for, to give useless information to you.
It's fabulous.
Well, here's some useful information, and I'm trying to figure out how this happened. There was a 3-point line situation at the women's Portland Regional where they had already played, I believe, 5 games or something like that.
Yeah, was that hosted at Cas Tech? So you got the same math equations. How do you not get your 3-point lines right? It's like building a 96-yard football field.
Right. I've always seen, people like Rachel Nichols say, "Oh, this would never happen in the men's game." Well, you know what? That's not the point. The point is somebody, a fan, figured it out. It has nothing to do with men's game, women's game.
Here's an idea: how many men and women walked right by it and didn't notice it?
Exactly.
They played games 2 days prior. I don't care what gender you are. Figure it out. The 2 3-point lines aren't the same.
Okay, look at it. It's so simple.
Brought to you by Kaztech Measurements.
Okay, let's get to NC State here. And Stoney, you had a question here, and I love this question. Are the Wolfpack America's Final Four team?
Yes.
Everyone loves DJ Burns, but it's the team America's team
DJ
now.
Horn's lovable. There's
In about
a
2
lot of guys
miles,
on that
turn
team
left
that
onto
are
Flagstaff
fun to watch.
Street.
I mean, they are. I mean, the whole run, I mean, yes, we're going to get sick of the Valvano 83 comparisons. I get all that. But it's incredible. The guy was going to get fired before the ACC tournament. And now they're in the Final Four. Who do you like more than them? You don't like Purdue. You don't like Connecticut.
I do.
Oh, but you're in the minority.
I know that, so I'll get made fun of. I respect greatness. I think we're watching something. I'm sorry, but a 30-0 run in an Elite Eight game.
I know.
Dump trucking everybody by 25. Now, I don't think the sport's any good.
No, I know.
But they're good.
There's no doubt about that. But as far as America's team, most people, I think, are going to hope that NC State can beat Purdue and then win it all. I don't think they're going to do it.
They are going to definitely hope for that. But let me give you a quick stat before we close this out of UConn. They have won now. I have a big one. 10th straight tournament win by 13-plus points, which is the longest streak in tournament history.
Well, last year they said it was because they played a lot of easy, teams.
Yeah,
this year it's different.
I'll lean on Stoney for this one. Can you name a more impressive run than what you've seen from UConn this year so far?
The only one I could think of is when UNLV won the year before they lost to Duke. And I don't remember what the games might have been close, but that team was just so loaded.
It's unbelievable. And I mean, they can do it to you in an instant.
Yes.
They can play high scoring, they can play low scoring. And when they lock in, look, this is ultimately, they have an answer for everything. Like, oh, well, look, Zach Edey will post up and score 40. Klingon might have something to say about that at 7-2.
Well, what was Illinois' problem? They kept trying to go in on him, and the guy's a blocking machine.
What do you want me to say? Illinois' got one speed. They got to live at the line. They got to drive it. Shannon puts his shoulder down. They're not that good.
No, and they couldn't make free throws.
Oh, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it?
That is definitely going to be a problem. That is your NCAA tournament blitz.
No. Okay, no. No.
Hey, man, I'm just trying to get laid.
97.1 The Ticket. At Hungry Howie's, we know what you like. Choice. Kind of a no-brainer, right? Enter Hungry Howie's Mix and Match menu. Choose any 2 items for just $6.99 each. So go ahead, choose a medium 1-topping pizza and a regular salad, or a Howie sub and a Pepsi 4-pack. Or maybe you want to try our 2-topping flatbread pizza and our brand new Howie Brookie. I know I do. Or even a Howie bread and a Howie cookie. There are no rules. Except the rule that you pick 2 for $6.99 each. Choice is good.
Hungry
Howie's.
Airline credit card rewards have helped grow America's travel and tourism industry. Last year, 15 million Americans traveled domestically using reward miles, supporting more than 183,000 jobs. But now Congress wants to pass a law that could eliminate credit card rewards and decimate the U.S. travel and tourism industry. Tell Congress to support travel and tourism jobs and oppose the Durbin-Marshall interchange bill. Visit handsoffmyrewards.com/travel to take action.
Baseball is back, basketball is heating up, and the NFL Draft is right around the corner. Listen to the latest on the teams you love here on the Odyssey app. The biggest sports radio stations in the country, providing unrivaled local coverage of their teams, all in one place. Exclusive interviews with players, coaches, and team executives, streaming live and always available on demand. Stay in the know with your favorite teams right here on the Odyssey app.
This is the stinking truth.
When are we going to stop trying to appease people who hate our game? Our game is dangerous. 100% of the people who play this game are going to get hurt. It's just a fact. And no matter what we do to safeten it, there still will be a faction of people who hate our game. I don't care about those people. Let them hate.
Subscribe to The Stinking Truth, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ 24-Hour Traffic Center, sponsored by North Bloomfield Properties. Thanks to my Cordell and Cordell traffic cameras, I am able to see the delay along northbound M39 at Plymouth Road. That right shoulder is blocked by a pretty serious crash. You got police on the scene, and there's a Gawker delay. Folks kind of slowing down to see what's going on with the crash. I'll keep you posted. That accident along eastbound I-94 just after Telegraph Road has the left shoulder blocked, and the vehicle is landed itself in the median. North Bloomfield Properties is a trusted source for rental property management for over 3 decades. They handle the advertising, cleaning, and repairing of your rental. Let the experts at North Bloomfield Properties manage your investment property so you can enjoy your weekends again. Visit northbloomfield.com. I'm Val Mary with traffic.
Detroit is on the clock. Beginning the last week of April, 97.1 The Ticket turns the Buffalo Wild Wings downtown into the 2024 Draft Week headquarters. Get all of the excitement from the heart of the action when 97.1 The Ticket broadcasts live. Draft Week begins April 22nd. Brought to you by Moran Chevrolet and Stoli. Get more at 971theticket.com. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines. Live from the Jamie Samuelson studio. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Cars for Kids. Jake Wallman is happy to be back in the lineup tonight for the Red Wings. Simon Edmondson has filled in for him throughout the 6-game absence. Wallman has been impressed with him.
The destination is on your right.
I think he's handled himself pretty well, and I mean, I always say I wish I had his size and reach, but yeah, he can use that to his advantage a lot, and yeah, he's been good for us. So hopefully we just keep it going, and we'll need him here.
Destination is
The Wings
on your
are
right.
landing tonight on WWJ at 7.
Avenue.
Derek Lalone also giving an update on goalie
Arrive.
Billy Husso has been dealing with a lower body ailment since December. He went back to Detroit